So let's kick this off. And just by way of introduction, what we need to focus on is why we need this and what it actually means. So typically a CTO is somebody that helps you with your business from a technology standpoint. And really what is a technology function is the part of your business, no matter how small that is, the moment you buy a piece of software, you effectively have a technology function. And so you need to function as a business and you need the right technology to help you grow. And what's really important here also is that so few businesses have no technology these days. And technology is a really big part, an important part of your business and something that you should invest in. So much so that some big businesses have almost forgotten what they do and how they service their customers because they're spending all their time burning their technology function in overdrive, not really focusing on their customers. So we talk a bit about that today as well. So firstly, if you've just joined again, I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, go over to your favorite podcast application software on your smartphone or on your PC and search for Rewired for Success, subscribe there, and if you can, leave a review. I'll really appreciate it. So let's get this going. Number one, getting ready to scale. So this is for those businesses that are small, maybe it's a startup, or maybe you're a 5-person company looking to grow to 10, or maybe you're 10 to 20, 20 to 30. But it also means any company that's looking to scale. And we forget that even big companies need to scale because even whether it's a new project that's come along or there's a new change in the market or just simply growth, every business needs to scale, needs to change at some point and needs to be ready for that. So the best way to do that and why you need to be ready to scale is to understand your technology function, to put, if you like, a bubble around it and make sure that you can manage it effectively. Typically, a CTO, or if you're in a bigger business, a CIO would be in charge of that part of the business. And so really, what we want to do is be, number one, ready to be able to scale. But let's talk a little bit more about what that means. Number two, your technology function, your CTO, is really there to understand the long-term vision and strategy of your business. Most importantly, they have an idea of your roadmap and where you're trying to go. They work closely with both the business owners or CEOs or founders or co-founders. And that's really, really important because you want that relationship to be, as strong as it can be so that as soon as there's a change in the market, as soon as you understand your customers in a different way, as soon as there's, any change in terms of your business, in terms of your growth, that you have a way to shift your technology, to shift the way that you're doing things and the way you're servicing your customers. Quite often we get wrapped up in technology and we kind of forget about what's good for your customers at the end of the day. Number three, technology function, now starting to wrap all of that together, avoids what I call PSS, which is pet software syndrome. And particularly if you're a smaller business where you don't have an established function, what happens is people go out and just randomly select software. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. For example, people use Google Drive or other applications that they know they know a lot about and they easily use those. And they serve a great function. And the software is available and people can use it over time. But what invariably happens is that you wind up with lots of different software that doesn't join up, that incurring costs, maybe you're not even using it. And so we just need to be careful about how we manage our software, how we invest in software. And certainly later on, when you start to scale, you want to invest in the right software. And you don't just want your kind of staff choosing software randomly. Number four, really what your technology function is all about and your CTO is about understanding your processes. And what's important about that is that you can only select the very best software if you are choosing that software to manage and execute the processes that run your business. And that could be to service a customer, or it could be for your internal use to be able to manage your teams more effectively. Number 5, to manage your people. Well, at least the technology part of your people. And so CTO, technology function, creates a wrapper for understanding the people that you need for your technology function. Importantly, knowing the best out of those people, knowing the skill sets that you need. Whether that's, a function that you've outsourced. So for example, you could outsource your technology function, or you could have staff internally, or you could have both. And whatever that looks like, you need to have a clear understanding. Your CTO needs to have a clear understanding. Your technology function should be documenting what skill sets you need. Number 6, technology function is all about managing your software. And that's the kind of key part to the people process technology, is that at the end of the day, you want all your software managed. And why do you want that? Well, you want it purely for a simple fact that your technology is effectively a part of the DNA of your company, and you need to be able to manage that. You need to know what you've got at any one time. So your CTO, for example, should have a register of all software that's currently implemented in your company. This is a great way to do certain aspects later on that I'll talk about. For example, being able to save money when you realize that a piece of software is no longer needed. Number 7, something that I feel is very, very important for your technology function is to run super lean. So what do we mean by super lean? What we mean is that your technology function, your CTO, is looking constantly for a way to save you money. Whether that's, looking for, the types of software that run lean, for example, cloud software, software as a service. There's many, online or web type software that people can use. And your business should be looking to run on stuff like that, particularly in the early days. As you mature, security may become a feature, and you may want to think about that differently. But these days, a lot of web applications are extremely secure, and also there's ways to secure them using, other authentication methods that are available now. So the days of kind of like, I have to own everything, I have to get servers, I have to get all of that technology on site are no longer there. And there are really smart ways to buy cheap software, at least to help you scale. And a lot of the software, particularly SaaS software, allows you to start with one user and then be able to scale up. And so this is a fantastic way to start. Of course, if you choose to, develop your own software, then there's no problem there. That may be because you're actually a software company yourself, or you're looking for something so specialized that you need to do that. Number 8, save you money. So as we were saying sort of before, your CTO should be looking to save you money constantly, whether that's to work out that users have left and no longer need a license for software, or for example, that software is simply just not needed anymore because your processes have changed, or the way you interact with your customers, or perhaps even a business division has been closed off, or something's changed. And so it should be about constantly looking at ways to improve your technology, making it faster and better. Number 9, a CTO or technology function should always have a live, and I mean live, real-time view of your architecture, your landscape. So that means all your software, how it interacts, who connects into it, and how it looks currently. And so what we need is, and I'll share this in the show notes, but you need a really clear view of an architectural diagram that constantly says, this is how my business is set up. What's important as a founder or CEO is that your CTO can then discuss that with you and show you what your current landscape looks like. So that's really important. Be sure to ask for that. Number 10, a CTO understands your technology, but doesn't necessarily have to know every single thing about the detail of every piece of software. What I mean by that is that a CTO should understand why you've bought the piece of software, understand what technology you need, not necessarily know every piece of software. Why is this important? Because software changes all the time, and what's important is more how are you using the software and which parts of the software that you use. And that's what's most important, is, for example, to understand that you need, a database to be able to create great reports. That would be important. How you implement that will change from time to time, very, very much so. When it comes to software, there's always something new coming out. So a CTO should understand how you can upgrade, how you can scale, and how you can get that next piece of really good software. Number 11. So a CTO should really have an innovative mindset. They should understand that there is abundance in technology out there. And this is really, really inspirational, because what it means is that at no stage should you think that something can't either be bought or built for you. And that's what's really important, because there is just so much out there. Even now, when, for example, I speak with customers, they think of something, very unique. And, because you can't know about every single piece of software, you go out there, you do a search. It may take a little while, but you'll be surprised what's out there and what can be created.